Having a streamlined procurement process and a clear procurement strategy is essential to ensure your organization is able to meet its business goals, ranging from profitability to sustainability and more. This is Smart Consulting Sourcing, the only podcast about consulting procurement or how to buy consulting services. You'll get tips on how to use consulting, buy consulting, and managing the consulting. Tips and tricks from the pros. Let's do this. This is Smart Consulting Sourcing. And now your host, Ellen Lafitte.
Hello and welcome back to Smart Consulting Sourcing, the only podcast about consulting procurement. I am Hélène, and today we'll be talking about social responsibility and consulting sourcing. However, before that, let me give you a recap of last week's podcast. Management consulting is an intriguing industry. While most of the clients are already or are becoming part of global corporations, the consulting sector remains scattered. As our global directory of consulting firms, gonavigo.com, shows, about 2/3 of consulting firms have less than 10 employees. Even though it is not unusual for those firms to send consultants overseas, it becomes challenging to establish their presence abroad. North America and Europe's more mature consulting markets are concentrating on digitization, innovation, marketing and sales, technology, and operational improvements today. Emerging markets and the rest of the globe provide exciting potential with a higher pace of development than developed markets. But each nation and area have unique problems. It remains to be seen what the future holds for both consultants and clients. This week, I want to discuss about social responsibility and consulting sourcing. Corporate social responsibility has become a critical aspect of any business globally, with many firms, large and small, addressing it directly and methodically. This is why global sustainability registries, such as Global 100 Most Sustainable Corporations in the World, prioritize foreign corporations. CSR refers to a company's behavior, governance, and transparency in crucial social, environmental, and business sectors in broad terms. It all comes down to taking into account the full impact of a company's activity on all stakeholders. It's about ensuring that organizations function responsibly, take a leadership role in community and social issues that influence their operations, including those of their supply network, and therefore are transparent about their actions in such areas. According to triple bottom line reporting, or the triple bottom line principle, a firm must be accountable for both its financial, social, and sustainability reporting. The CIPS refer to CSR practices in procurement as socially responsible procurement, SRP, since it focuses on how to achieve excellent social and environmental performance in the supply chain. Many of organizations of all sizes are beginning to see the need of tackling core SRP concerns. Social responsibility is the practice of incorporating social, economic, and environmental issues into an organization's procurement processes and procedures, in addition to the traditional price and quality considerations. Effective, sustainable procurement is important because it shows that a company is committed to its goal and is building a reputation and confidence among its target customers and partners. The advantages of sustainable procurement may be broken down into the following 4 categories. The first one being risk and reputation. A supplier relationship with a company that engaged in unethical practices such as child labor or pollution can have a financial and reputational impact on the company. The second point is cost reduction. Long-term procurement partners should avoid cost increases caused by ownership transfers and energy use. Cost reductions enable an organization to invest in itself. The revenue growth. Consumers that buy into sustainability can improve organization financial and increase brand equity and loyalty. An organization can also save money from using sustainable procurement partners. And last but not least, future-proofing. By developing sustainable procurement practices, an organization may future-proof itself against supply shortages and change its social, economic, and environmental issues. And we've seen that in the recent times between the pandemic and the war threats, that can become very important. But did you know that the clients have the power to shape the consulting industry? Due to the increased pressure on OPEX, client companies are now examining their spending to identify areas where they may save money. And consulting, which falls under the indirect category and can account for up to 3% of revenues, appears to be an obvious target. Many CEOs may be tempted to go after the cost base, use classic cost-cutting tactics and pricing discussions. When clients pressure boutique consulting firms during negotiations or buy exclusively from tier 1 consulting firms because they don't have the time to explore the market or drive proper analysis, they'll accelerate the destruction of the low and middle market. And this move will come back to bite them in the short or midterm. Boutiques and mid-sized companies will close down or be acquired by more prominent players. The supply side will consolidate, strengthen the large players' position, and increase their bargaining power. As a result, the diversity, flexibility, and depth of expertise that most specialized consulting firms are bringing to the table will be drowned in the large firms' talent pools. After a while, as the barrier to entry is low, most small consultings will resurface in some shape under a different name, but there will be a lot to catch up. This brings us to ask the question, how do you buy consulting as a socially responsible client? You, the clients, have the levers to be on the winning side in the short and the long term. First thing, you need to inject healthy competition in your consulting procurement. Why do I mean by healthy competition? That's a competition where all the candidates have a fair chance to win the project. Organizing a competition without inviting relevant consulting suppliers and putting all the suppliers in the right condition is just a waste of time and money. And ultimately, it will hurt your reputation as a client. Second thing, you need to give them some visibility. So this is only interesting with your regular suppliers. But if you have anticipated your needs and built a list of preferred or strategic suppliers, you can secure much lower rates. Because consultants will almost always exchange a few margin points with the assurance to staff their teams. Some of you might think, well, that's the business jungle. Consulting firms are born and die every day. There will always be a replacement that we can work with. This is very true in a commodity market, which consulting is not. The knowledge and, in fact, the people behind a given firm might retire, get hired by another consulting firm, or worse, by your competition. So in conclusion, organizations that can demonstrate strong, sustainable sourcing and social responsibility credentials can gain a competitive edge, improve their brand, and increase client, investor, and consumer trust. Social responsibility is something that would be beneficial for everyone, like clients, society, and organization itself. Social responsibility and public relations go hand in hand because a good deed and get the word out in the community is what makes it work. In the consulting industry, socially responsible clients will have better deals, better relationship with their consultants, and therefore better results. And at the end of the day, didn't you hire consultants to improve the impact on your projects? And that marks the end of our podcast, folks. Next week, I want to talk about why is the French government spending so much money in management consulting? And it will be an open mic with my co-founder, Laurent Thomas. So stay tuned. Till then, stay safe and happy sourcing. And if you have other questions about social responsibility and consulting sourcing, remember you can contact me directly on LinkedIn or by email because I'm always game for a chat. Bye and see you next week. Au revoir.
You've been listening to Smart Consulting Sourcing, the only podcast about consulting procurement and how to buy consulting services. Pro tips on how to use consulting, buy consulting, and manage it. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you've gotten some useful and practical information. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hit the website at consultingquest.com. Check out the blog at consulting.wiki and find the ebook Smart Consulting Sourcing, a step-by-step guide to getting the best ROI from your consulting, available on Amazon and other online sellers. Find us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. For questions and comments, send an email to ellen.lafitte@consultingquest.com. See you next time.